Hello and welcome to my one-to-one client demo session. This would be if you were to book a session with me, just yourself, either via distance or in person. This is kind of how things would go. First, I would start with the energy around you. That's what I'm going to start with. But actually, first things first, maybe make sure that you are in a safe, quiet, comfortable space to do this session, and that you have some water and some tissues available, just in case there's some release that happens. This is a good thing. So go ahead and do that now, or wait until you can do that. It's usually about an hour or so. In real life, it's from an hour to 2 hours, depending on how much time you want. Okay, so I usually start, of course, to try to have a meditation and get you to be in a mellow state. Then I listen to and tune the energy around you. It's called the biofield, that's the scientific term, or the aura, whatever you want to call it. We all have trauma from our lives, and our ancestors have trauma, and it's all stored in our biofield. Different parts of our body are different emotions of stored traumas and things that have happened in our lifetimes and in our ancestors' lives. Now, if you took my Biofield series, you know all about it, and I don't have to say much more. If you didn't, I'm just gonna do a basic overall listening and tuning. Otherwise, when we have sessions, I like to do a section of an area of the biofield at a time, starting with the feet, then the knees, then the hips, the lower abdomen, the below the ribs, the heart area, throat area, then the third eye and the crown. And I would explain what all of them are. I'm not going to do that in this video. Maybe if you see one of my videos about chakra tuning series or introduction or something like that, check that out if you want to know more about it. But I do that kind of work first in a one-to-one session. After that, I go on to the body, and I will tell you where I am. I put weighted tuning forks on you. They look like this. They have these things at the end because it'll weight them down, and then they can really go into the body or the area. These have a ball on them, and that helps to disperse the energy. So I do that on all of the chakras, and I will tell you what I'm doing and when. I'll kind of explain things at first, and I'll explain a little bit while we're going on, but I really want you to make this like a real life experience, and just experience the yumminess of it all, because it can be a really healing and clearing experience, but it is also very yummy and decadent. And you can, when you're in person, you can actually, it's like having a massage and a healing session all in one. So after that, I'm also going to be giving Reiki, and yes, it's going to work via distance for whoever listens and experiences this session now or later. It will be, this whole thing will be infused with Reiki. So let's get started. Let's just start with a meditation to get you chill, but not necessarily asleep, because at first I want to talk to you about what I'm hearing and how I'm tuning things, okay? So here we go. I want you to get comfortable. If you're not, pause this video and get yourself comfortable. Okay, close your eyes. If you don't feel safe closing your eyes, put your eyes lower, like down towards your nose. Or you know, keep them open, but sometimes people have more experiences with them closed. People see colors and shapes and pictures, which can be really helpful. So I will never force you to do anything. You do you. Here we go. Breathe in through the nose. And a cleansing breath out through the mouth. In between, you can just breathe regular, noticing your stomach and chest rising up and down. Okay, again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I want you to imagine a bright colored light going in through the top of your head. Any color is correct. Inhale that color in through the top of your head. Have it swirl all the way through your body and exhale it out through the bottom of your feet. Again, a bright colored light. Inhale that in through the top of your head. Have it swirl all the way through your body and exhale it out through the bottom of your feet. I want you to imagine a time that you felt unconditional love. Love from a child, a pet, a parent, a sibling, or maybe love that you had for someone or something. I want you to take that feeling and inhale it in through the top of your head as if it's already happening right now. Have that feeling of love swirl all the way through your body and exhale it out through the bottom of your feet. Again, that feeling of unconditional love from someone or something, or for someone or something. Inhale that in through the top of your head and hold it in your heart space and exhale it out through your heart. One more time, that feeling of unconditional love for something or someone. Take that feeling as if it is happening right now. Inhale that in through the top of your head. Hold it in your heart and exhale it out through your heart and into the room. Now you should feel relaxed but aware. If you are not quite relaxed yet, not at that state, go back to this part again and try to get yourself there as many times as you need to. It's okay, depending on what kind of a day you've had and where you are. Just try to get yourself relaxed. Okay, we're going to go on with a little bit of Biofield Tuning. I'm going to listen to what we call the Earth Star. And the Earth Star is a chakra right below your feet. So I'm going to direct you right there so you can see me. And this area is for stability and centeredness, groundedness, your sense of home, your tribe, feeling secure. And this is just going to be in general, just a collective. So I have to be very general. If it were a one-on-one, I could be very specific to you, of course. So this is just generalities, what I hear. It actually sounds and feels a bit panicked and as if you're walking on marbles. So those of you who have done the Biofield session, this is probably not you because we went through this every time and I'm hearing the marbles that I heard when we started those sessions. So if it's Biofield people, either you haven't had a session with me in a long time or listened to those recordings in a long time, or it's definitely not you. Okay, so don't panic. But yes, panic a little bit of even like freaking out and walking on marbles. So we're going to clear that energy, and yes, there's ways of clearing that energy. So I'm going to get my trusty tuning fork. This is a not weighted tuning fork. This I use for clearing the energy around your biofield. So let's do some cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And yes, I can feel this through the fork. I can feel the static and the resistance in that area right below your feet. And the fork is breaking it up, breaking up that sound, breaking up that static in the atmosphere. Wonderful. And if you can breathe with me, that's more powerful. Even though it's not in real time, it's the ethers, we're working through the ethers. And I'm sorry, Biofield people, you've heard my speech before, but it's not linear. The only thing that's linear is man. And we have made everything linear. 8:10, 2:15. That's just a man-made thing. So, I mean, the universe works way beyond that, to beyond space and time. So that's what we're working with here, beyond space and time. So yes, breathe with me was what I was. Can you tell I was a teacher? I just meander around a bit. Here we go. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yes, and yeah, there's still some resistance there. I'm not going to get this all the way through because I just want this to be a demo, but we are cutting a little bit of that resistance. Good on you. Yeah. We're cutting through some. There's still like a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm not exactly who is all in this collective, but there definitely needs to be some energy So an energy clearing would do you well. Definitely. Energy clearing would do you well. I'm going to hold that there. If you need to breathe, breathe. If you need to yell, yell. If you need to hum, if you need to move your feet, or if you need to move something, move something. Yeah, this is not a lay on the table like a corpse, lay in your bed like a corpse thing. This is like, do what you feel needs to be done, okay? We'll give her one more for today. If you came upon this video and you're wondering where I'm from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we say, get her done, and things like that. So, I hope you find it more amusing than annoying. That improved. It's not perfect, but it did improve, and you get an idea of what I do there. It's not even on the body, but you will feel it. You may even feel it, you know, at home right now. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, because most of my distance sessions, people can feel it, and sometimes more so because we've cut out the middleman, meaning me, my body, my meat suit is not there in the way. My ego is not there in the way, and you are totally relaxed and open and in a comfortable space like your own place. So there's, you know, there's benefits and there's drawbacks to each thing. Okay, so now I'm going to move you back to where you were. And we're going to listen to what is called the Sun Star, which is right above the head. It's right here, and it's the 8th chakra, which is what some spiritual experts say, take the body away and you only have the soul remaining. That is what is made up of your 8th chakra, right above the top of your head. So let's give a listen. This is a group of people who have not had energy sessions or sound biofield sessions, at least. Maybe you've had energy sessions, but there's yes, so biofield people, this is not you. We did this every time. There's a lot of monkey mind, worriedness, monkey mind, thinking about the past. There's a lot of that going on. Okay, so definitely, yeah, panic. Did I say panic? I don't remember. We're gonna clear that a little bit. And yes, I can hear those things in the bowl. Sometimes it's just intuitive hits. A certain way the bowl vibrates. I know these bowls. I work with these bowls every day. So how do I know? I just know. It's just an intuitive thing. I know my bowls. In fact, I had a different Tibetan with a client I've had just yesterday, and because I just moved into this space for the season. And it sounded so off. I'm like, this can't be right. And it wasn't. It was the wrong bowl. So that's how I know. It's hard to explain it. I just know. So let us clear that energy a little bit so you can see how that goes. Another cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yeah, and when there's resistance in the area, like there is a lot here, it feels like you're stirring really old paint. You know, if you've ever done that, paint that's been sitting around a while and it's really thick. You maybe shouldn't even be using it, but it's what you have and you have the time to paint something. So that's what it feels like. A lot of resistance, meaning there's a lot of stuck energy in this area. So let's try that again. In through the nose. And maybe you heard the fork shift in pitch. A little bit of higher pitch came out. That means that resistance is breaking up a little bit. So good on you. The pure sound of the fork is just a high pitch. I learned early on in life what a tuning fork is like, because when you put it on the guitar, you can hear that lower sound. Well, it's on a material, otherwise it's a high pitch. So when I hear that lower sound, I know that there's like some matter around there, some static. Let's do that one more time. Breath in, out through the mouth. I'm not sure if you can hear all the stuff in this session, but I decided to do this on a Friday afternoon. So like people are mowing their lawns, there's a ton of vehicles going by, so hopefully it's not too distracting to you, and I'm sorry if it is. Hopefully you can mostly hear the tuning fork. Yes, and it's one of the nicest, you know, spring, summer-like days. We just don't have that up here very often. So people are like, woohoo, let's go for it with the lawnmowers. Let's get our three-wheelers out. Yeah, I said it. Someone went by with a three-wheeler. Okay. So now I'm going to listen to an area around your body, which is called the biofield. And the biofield is your aura, and the outermost edge is what we call the ancestral river. So the ancestral river it's right on the outer edge of the biofield. Depending on who you are, your biofield could be like here and here, or it could like go outside this room. And at the very end of it is ancestral river. The right side is your dad's, the left side is your mom's, and the ancestral river is your parent and their parents and their parents, and like hundreds and thousands of ancestors before you. So I'm gonna do a general sweep through the whole ancestral river on the dad's side and see what I can hear, okay? And I'll just like call out a few things. But when you have a one-to-one session, I usually pinpoint one area around the body and then we work it out, okay? Let's kind of get you in the middle here. Okay, here we go. Okay, first of all, this is a new space, so I am on the left side, which is your mom. So this is your mom's stuff. And so far what I can really hear is what is in the lower rib, which is the solar plexus. And the emotion there is your relationship with your mom and feeling a powerlessness. And that's not you, that's your mom's stuff. So I feel like a panicked, quivering with the relationship with the mom, powerlessness, and then thinking, and then the left shoulder, which is sadness, grief, loss, and depression. But let me give another swipe through and see. Oh, okay. Okay. I hear 4 things that really stick out. And we can clear a couple of them, I mean, just for time's sake, just so you can see what happens. And it is by your left foot, and usually the emotion that goes outside the left foot is being stuck and trying to get away from stressors, not being able to. This is your mom and all of her people. And when I really pinpoint a thing, I can really hear and get into the nitty gritty and get intuitive hits about it, like what, not exact dates or people, but what kind of stuck it was. I can get into that when I do a session one-to-one with you. So the next one is outside of the left knee, and that is challenges with attachments and letting go. And then the other two that I mentioned, the solar plexus and the shoulder. I think what I'm going to choose to do today is maybe try to clear outside the left knee, which is attachments and letting go, and the shoulder, because those two really stuck out. Okay, so here is outside the left knee, attachments and letting go. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yeah, this is sadness. This is like extreme sadness, definitely. What I hear here and what I feel. Like I'm feeling a loss of a child, like a few children, like mothers on their knees screaming and crying kind of thing is what I'm experiencing. And on that, I'm just amazed at how often that happens, really. I'm just amazed. So, wow. Let's do another breath like that. Ready? Yeah. I'm not sure if you can hear that over the white noise of our lawnmower sound. See? Lemonade out of lemons. But it's kind of breaking and cracking open, but there's a lot of sorrow here. I'm going to do one more. You just breathe normally. Just make sure it's deep breath. See how it's a little bit higher pitch? You probably can hear that because that got very squealy. But the resistance is gone, which means you just like broke the heart open and it's just like there wanting to be healed. So I'm going to kind of leave it there. Okay. Now at that point, I'm going to listen inside that point, and it's going to be the timeline of your life. Now, there are so many different ages of people that are listening to this and experiencing this right now. I'm just going to give generalities, like maybe halfway through your life or a third of the way, something like that, just so you can kind of guesstimate for yourself. So in your life timeline, this is attachments of letting go. Whoa. Okay. Okay, first of all, there is some group in here that had such trauma in their lives that they were constantly being ripped away from loved ones. And I don't know if this is war or what this is, but it is an absolute, if you hear that, I mean, this, I can't show you anywhere. This bowl does not usually have that high shrill pitch. So, yeah, and then like something pretty significant in the like right in the middle of your life, and then it just kind of even dwindles like the last 5 years. So if that is you, maybe you've been in war your whole life, and then halfway through your life something really damaging happened. That's what I'm hearing. If it were just you, I could tell you exactly the age, not exactly the age. I give like about 3 to 5 year span, but I can be right on sometimes. But that's what I'm hearing. So we are, in this case, we're going to heal that area instead of try to clear the energy. So just breathe in and out through your nose with a big cap, like your mouth open a little bit, but with your jaw open, mouth closed. There, I said it. If you do yoga, it's a Ujjayi breath, ocean breath, and that can really help preserve the energy there. Just thinking healing, loving vibration in through your left knee. Okay, that's filling in a little bit better. There's still a ridge like halfway through your life. Just nice full breaths. If you feel like moving your knee, move your knee. Today. I try to clear as many points as I can with the time we've been given. So I'm just going to end it there, clearing that point for you. But that is what I heard for trauma and depletions in those points. Okay, so on with the on the body healing, where I put tuning forks and Reiki on the body. This is like your head right here, and this is your feet right there. Please feel free to have your eyes closed, and I will explain to you exactly what I'm doing, okay? Okay, the first thing we're going to do is, with my pendulum, find out what's happening with the chakras of the collective. This will be everybody's. Are they depleted? Do they need excess? Or do they have excess energy that needs to be let out? So you may be totally different. This is the majority of the collective here. If you think you hear a rooster, you're not going crazy. We do have some roosters here. The right foot of the collective is depleted. The left foot of the collective is in excess. So whenever things are in excess of energy, that's usually the point that there is discomfort felt, because the energy is all built up there. So you might have some pain in your left foot. The right knee is also depleted. Left knee. Is in excess, so your left leg, for the most part, is in excess. The right leg is depleted, so you might be having some discomfort with your whole right leg. The root root chakra by the pelvic bone in general is in excess, has an excess of energy. The sacral chakra is depleted, and that can be caused, well, same thing with the root chakra. The root chakra, if you're in excess, you haven't maybe been grounding yourself as much as you should, or like dispelling that energy of grounding, going for a run, a walk, dispelling that energy into the earth, that excess energy. For the sacral chakra, when it's depleted, that means that's connected to creativity and sexuality. So either you have these creative juices flowing and it's being overused, but not in a productive way. Speaking for sex, usually it is, there's I don't know how to say this. There's you're getting rid of the excess energy, but it's not in a sensual, sexual, enjoying life kind of way. It's become just a habit and just a way of getting rid of that energy, and it's not fulfilling. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Not fulfilling. So I will put some energy back in there. The solar plexus chakra is in excess, which usually means that you need to be doing more. Get her going. Whatever you're thinking about doing, don't think, do. The heart chakra is slightly depleted, which usually says that you're basically giving your love away and not receiving any, either not allowing it to be received or just not receiving any love in return. Throat chakra is depleted, which usually means that you are speaking, but you are not being heard by whoever you are speaking to. The third eye, which is right in the forehead, in the middle of it, is depleted, which means maybe you have some intuitive hits happening, but you're not holding back on them, but you're maybe not using them as wisely as you could be. Your crown chakra, which is right at the top of your head, is in excess, which usually means overthinking, monkey mind, thinking too much about things. Okay, so those are the chakras, and I am going to take a tuning fork for each chakra, and while I'm doing that, my other hand will be giving Reiki. Yes, the Reiki will be transmitted through the ethers to whoever is watching this. That is how distance Reiki and all of this works. So wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, you will be receiving Reiki energy healing. It's basically a hug, healing hug from the universe. So here we go. I'm going to start with the crown chakra. And if you're wondering, if you're watching, yes, I'm stuffing a hockey puck in my pants. That's how I activate the forks, with a hockey puck. So here we go. The crown chakra. I'm putting the fork right on the top of your head, and my other hand is on the side of you here so you can see me better. hands on your right side. You may be able to hear it, you may not. Either way, it's working. You may feel that on the top of your head, you may not. Either way, it's working. Okay, I'm going to put my Reiki hand on the top of your head now to kind of back up the work I did with the fork. So if I didn't do things exactly correct, my human self was in error. The healing power of Reiki is all universal intelligence and will go back and make things right, basically. I usually am pretty right on with it, but you know, I am human. So I'm going to put a tuning fork in the middle of your forehead while I have the Reiki hand on top of your crown chakra, on top of your head. I do talk and give insights once in a while during this part, unless it looks like a person really wants to be chill. But I am picking up that some of you, maybe one or some of you, have been taught not to listen to your intuition, not to believe that, and just release it, let it go, dismiss it. That's very typical. So believe your very first inkling. Whatever you're thinking of initially, it's right. That is your intuition, and trust it. Trust yourself. Okay, now I'm going to put my Reiki hand on your forehead where the fork was and put a tuning fork on your throat chakra. So you might feel a little bit of pressure on your throat or a tingling. I'm replenishing it with healing energy. Now I'm putting my Reiki hand on your throat chakra, and I'm putting the tuning fork on your chest area, your heart chakra. Okay, I kind of picked up that some of your parents, of course, I mean, that's probably a given. And it's children giving, 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 giving kind of thing happening with love and giving, 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 and not feeling like you get much in return. That's a common parent thing. So hugs to you. I'm in there with you. I'm going to put my Reiki hand on your chest, your heart chakra, and put the tuning fork in your solar plexus, which is in that area, that VU area between the ribs, where the ribs are ending and it kind of dips up. That's right where your solar plexus is. That's where many of us feel our emotions, feel our instincts. So if you're ever unsure of something, take the first feeling that comes to mind. Did it make you feel blocked? Did it make you feel scared or icky? Or did it shimmer? I mean, you can feel that tingly shimmer feeling. Go with that feeling. They didn't come up with gut feeling for nothing. So this is a great indicator, your body telling you how things are. So I'm getting out the excess energy. The crow is helping you. The crow, the rooster's crowing. Okay, now I'm going to put my hand on your solar plexus, right below your ribs. And I'm going to put a tuning fork in your sacral chakra, which is the lower part of your stomach, reproductive organs for women, just the lower part of intestines and all of that. Okay, let me bring you along with me. I'm going to go to your root chakra, and I do not put forks or my hand on the main pelvic part of the root chakra for obvious reasons. I do in a distance because it's not the physical body. So I'm going to pretend that we have the physical body here and go to the knees. And my Reiki hand will be on your sacral chakra, lower stomach. We'll start with the right knee, which I believe had the excess energy. keep my right hand there, my Reiki hand there, and do the right knee. Okay, I use a very big fork for the feet. I'm going to put my Reiki hand on your left knee and the fork on your left foot. Going to put my Reiki hand on your right knee and the large tuning fork on your right foot. I usually do put forks on the bottom of the feet. It helps with the chakras, but it's a lot of really feel good stuff. So right now instead I'm going to put both Reiki hands on both feet. kind of helped pick up the excess energy that we shook up and brought it back up to the ethers to be used. And it's also a fabulous massage. There's no massage like a drum massage. Now I'm going to finish kind of shaking off the excess energy that was brought out by using the shaker, and it helps with the grounding. The drums and the shakers are going to help ground you so you can actually drive after this event. And so it is. If your eyes are closed, you may flutter them open. Wiggle your fingers and your toes to help wake you up and ground you. If you are lying down in your own time, gently roll onto one side. And then gently and slowly sit up, especially if you're feeling a little, ooh, it can happen. Energy work can do that, and energy was emitted through the ethers. After something like this, I always recommend plenty of water, and what I mean by plenty of water is half your weight in water in ounces is just enough for bodily function for the day. So you need to have that much plus 20 to 30 more ounces to help flush out any energies that are staying behind, keep things moving. Energy work can be dehydrating, keep things hydrated. Otherwise you might find yourself sore. And I mean, what we're trying to do is help flush out the energy and keep the good energy flowing in our body. So you may as well help yourself with the water. Also, I recommend this can really help a salt bath or a salt scrub. That really can help draw out anything that was brought to the surface but didn't quite all make it out. Another thing is try to eat lightly and mindfully. I don't want to tell you not to have a steak, but just be mindful of the nutrition that you put in your body, as well as things like alcohol and smoking of any kind. Just be mindful of that because your body is extra sensitive now. I want you to acknowledge any emotions or feelings that come up in the next few days. This energy work continues to cook. And acknowledge those feelings. It might be past events, memories that you haven't thought about in a while. That's not a coincidence or an accident. It's things that are being brought up for you to acknowledge, things that we brought up with the energy. Acknowledge them with love, even if they're painful memories, and then release them. Ways to release, just say, thank you, I release you now. You can blow them away, put them in your hands, or speak them and throw them away, write them and make a paper airplane or burn it, throw it in the basket, in the waste paper basket. There are many different ways of releasing, but acknowledge it and do some kind of ceremonial, physical, okay, you can go now. So I hope this serves whoever has experienced it. And thank you so much. If you'd ever like a distance or in-person one-to-one session with just yourself, get the insights of what's happening with you and clearing some of your personal energetic connections or traumas, you or your ancestors and your family, message me, give me a call. I was going to say something else, but I kind of have been affected by all this energy too. You know, I do things like this, energy things like this often on my page, so on my channel. So feel free to hit the like on my YouTube channel. And I wish you well. I wish you peace. Namaste.